Okay, usually for every control we have properties called ID, right? Which is used to refer to the control. What control as a programmatical point of view, both in client side and server side. And text which is used to display the text of a particular control. Okay. Now let us see other properties which are associated with this. So generally we have a border color, back color, border style, border width. All these are like common things.
Yeah.
Okay. So appearance settings, and we have one more thing that is nothing but causes validation, which is one of the most important property. This one causes validation. This is used to use whether the control causes validation to fire or not. What does it means? So generally we are going to use the validations for a particular page. If you are going to do validations, if you don't want validations for a particular control, then we will set that control property to causes validation to false. Then it won't fire. If you set to causes validation to true means, then automatically validation will fire for particular control. Okay. By default, value is false, which indicates that validation won't fire. If you want to set to true, then validations will fire. Okay. So that is one of the important property, and other is checked property. This is also most important property. So this is used to know the checked status of the control. By default value is false. Means it means it is in an unchecked mode. So what was the use of checked property means whenever we are using a checkbox, it has one of the most important property that is checked. So with the help of checkbox, we are going to do checking or unchecking, right? So generally by default, if you are making uncheck, whenever we are running our page, automatically our checked state of a checkbox is unchecked mode. If you want to do checked, then automatically that property is set to true. Otherwise, it is set to false. By default, it is in a false mode. So at runtime,
Okay.
we can change the status however we require.
Oh, okay.
So next is generally CSS class. This is also one of the common property for all the controls like ID, which is used to apply external CSS style. to a particular
Okay.
control. If you want to apply some style for a particular control, then we can give whatever the style that is required here
So
in CSS
this is
class.
only for checkbox, or it's for
No,
any button or anything?
it is a common property for every control. Okay,
Okay.
like how
Okay.
ID and text is used for majority of the controls commonly,
Okay.
as similar to
Okay.
that CSS class is also common.
Okay.
So next, enable view state. So we'll see session management, state management techniques, in which you will understand what
Okay.
is a view state. But time being, we can know basic thing how what is the enable view state. Okay, so this property is used to whether the control automatically saves its state for use in round trips. What does it means generally whenever we are going to, like, run a form, at the time of running a form, if I make a checkbox, okay, after making a checkbox, if I click,
Stuck.
yeah, check, if I checked, when I'm going to run my button, when I'm going to click my button, automatically that will be files to server and it process something, and again it will get back to the user. At that time, if checkbox is not preserving a state, means whatever the checker state is not preserving, then that is because of the enable view state. Let me show you how it is going to work with the practically. So for example, here I am not giving a text head, so I am going to give text. Just you can understand what was the enable view state. So just I'm going to check this button. When I click this button, my checker state is available, right? So now I'm going to do something. So I want to do my enable view state property. I want to set my enable view state property to false. So just I'm going to run this example. Now I'm going to check, and then I click on submit button. Would you see
Yeah.
something is, hello? Yes. Hello? Hello?
Yes. Yes.
Yeah.
Hello.
Yeah, you are able to hear me?
Yeah. You can hear me?
Yes.
Yeah. Yes. Yes.
Okay. So for that we are using this enable view state. Okay. This is also one of the most important property, and as well as you know, like, font styles and all these are common. Font, for color, height. Okay. So generally, if you want to set font, we can make use of font. Okay. If you,
Hello.
if you want to change the foreground color, then we can make use of foreground color.
Yeah, I can hear you.
Yeah, if I want to change the height, then I can make
Okay.
use of height. Okay, and other is tab index. Okay, this is also one of the most like, common property and most important property, which is used to set the tab order of the control. Tab order of the control, which means that generally whenever we are clicking a tab button, automatically our cursor will move to next control, right? So as per the, like that, how it is going to next control means
Right.
that we have to set in the tab order. So first control is this one, and next control is this one. Next control,
Okay.
like order, if you are passing order means accordingly our cursor moves to the next control to next control, next control to next control, like that it is moving, so up to the till the end of our form. Okay, so for that we are using the tab index. Okay, these are the visible property, which is also one of the most already text and text
Okay.
alignment. So we have to align a text like right side or left side or middle, so that we can set in text align
Okay.
property. And as well as tooltip, this is also one of the common property which is used to set the tooltip information for the text box. Means tooltip means whenever we are running our form, if we hover on particular control, it is going to display some text. Okay, let me show you. So tooltip, this is so generally I want to set first, text itself. My text is, for example, C#.net. Also, here I am giving C#.net info in tooltip. I'm trying to run this form. Here whenever I'm hovering on particular control, automatically it provides some information. That information is nothing but C#.net info. Whatever we are using in tooltip,
Okay.
when you hover on this, that information will come. Here I hovered, nothing will display here because I didn't give any tooltip for these controls. Okay, you got it right? Why tooltip is
Yeah.
used? Okay, like this we can make use of tooltip.
And how can you make it like exclusive? Like you can check all these checkboxes, right? Or
Yes, yes,
it's not like radio buttons. You can check all of
yeah,
them,
yeah, yeah,
right?
yeah, yeah. We can check.
Okay.
And so visibility. This is also one of the most common and most important. It indicates whether the control is visible to the end user or not. Suppose by default its value is this value is true. If you want to make it to false, then it won't visible to the end user in the form. Okay. Basic purpose is by using checkbox we can select multiple checkboxes or a single checkboxes. It is up to us. Okay. So here I
Okay.
want to give VB.net. So just I want to fill the text itself so that we can go to the program. These are the different properties which are associated with a checkbox. ASP.net. ASP.net MVC. Okay. So we want to know events associated with the checkbox. For every control we have properties and events, right?
Right.
So go to the properties like F4, click on F4 and you'll go to the properties. Okay, default property is a checked changed property. Okay, checked changed, sorry, checked changed event, not property, checked changed event. This event fires when the checked state of the control changes. Means say for example, I want to run this event. When I'm going to change the state of this control, means checked state of the control, then automatically this event fires. Okay, I'll show you practically. Just first of all, we are going to discuss about this example. Then we'll go to the events associated with this. Okay. You got my example, right? My example is, so here I'm going to pass some input information. When I'm going to check these my interesting programming languages, so automatically that information will be displayed under this label. Okay, that is my actual requirement. Okay, this can be done when I click the submit button. So now I want to check like how to write our my submit button code. btn submit dot click w equal to I'll click here. I want to check, right? So generally, what is the information for my checkbox that I am checking here? So first I have a text box, right? So text box is nothing but name text box. Here I have a name itself. Now what my task is, I want to know how many number of checkboxes are selected. Okay, so that I would like to take string programming. Just I want to take one string because I need to capture all programming language selections under the string itself. Okay, how can you know whether my checkbox is checked or not? We have a property called checked property. Okay, if checked property is true, then we can understand that my checkbox is in checked mode. If checked is false, then I can understand that my checkbox is in unchecked mode. Okay, so what is our first checkbox? My first checkbox is, so I want to change IDs of my checkboxes also because I would like to make a clear identification of each and every checkbox. Check C sharp I'm giving like this. I think it won't take special characters, so I would like to take check C sharp. I, I would like to take like this. F4 you can give CHK VB CHK VB. Next for this CHK ASP CHK MAC. So now I want to start my programming. So if CHK C sharp dot checked equal to true, then I would like to capture that information in programming variable. Programming equal to programming plus chk C sharp dot text. See, if I'm checking C sharp means what are the text associated with that C sharp checkbox, the text I'm going to display here. Suppose if you have a multiple check, like multiple check-ins done by the user, I want to make C sharp.net, comma VB.net, comma ASP.net, comma ASP.net MVC. Means I want a comma as a separator in between programming language to programming language. Okay. For that, I'm giving comma here itself. Okay, comma itself. So next, if chk vb is there, so I'm checking that also. vb dot checked equal to true. Again, programming equal to programming plus chk vb dot text. Similarly, we can do like chk asp dot checked. programming equal to programming plus HKASP CHKASP MVC, right? MVC dot checked programming MVC dot text. So now all my programming checking information is captured in my programming variable. So now my name is available in my text box and my programming selection is available here. Okay, let me check. So like when I select this, I want to display one kind of alert so that I can understand how my programming pattern will be there. So just I want to display something response dot write. So I would like to take script tag because in order to display an alert programming. So just okay, here what we have to notice is, so generally if I select all, so then your output will be like this. Like how means C sharp comma VB comma ASP comma ASP dot MVC MVC comma. Why? Because everywhere we are using a comma as a identifier in between programming language to programming language. Because of that we got some comma. So in order to eliminate comma, we have to use a substring function. Okay, so that substring function is programming equal to programming dot substring of 0 comma programming dot length minus 1. Now your comma will be eliminated and you will get an output as a C sharp .NET comma VB comma ASP comma ASP.NET MVC. Just I'm trying to run this program. We can understand like how our alert will be displayed. So here when I'm clicking this, nothing is displayed here. So let us place breakpoints. My programming is this. Because
Hello.
here, yes,
Yeah, I'm back. Yes,
okay,
yes. Because
okay,
I was not could not see anything. It was not connecting.
okay, okay.
Okay.
Now it was clear to you, right?
Yeah.
So just I make this program. Just I want to display an alert. So how many program languages are selected? C Sharp.NET,
Okay.
VB.NET, ASP.NET. Like this, we will get an output. So now I want to display this here in a label itself. Again, not in an alert prompt. So just I want to assign that information to a label itself. Okay, label message dot. First, I want to apply some color to my label. Okay, color. So generally, in order to apply a color in our ASP.NET, we have one namespace using system dot drawing. Under drawing namespace, we have some sort of colors. We will apply what are the colors that are required. So color is a class, color dot. So say for example, I want to apply green. Okay. So to my foreground of my label, some color is applied. That is nothing but green color. So now similarly, I want to apply text itself. Text equal to, so generally name. I want name. So
Mm-hmm.
name is nothing but txt name. So on the text box, I think we provided a name, right? So change that ID to txt name. Txt name dot text. Okay. So now I want some line break. So that's the reason where I used that break tag. And as well as here I want to present something interesting subjects, or just I want to display that interesting subjects here. So plus interesting programming languages, plus we have a programming variable. So all our interesting programming languages are captured in this variable, that is nothing but programming. Now in my label I want to assign my name and as well as interesting subjects which I selected with the help of my checkboxes. Just I'm going to run this program so that we can understand how our program pattern will be. So just I don't want to, like, prompt this response dot write. Just I'm commenting this and I'm going to run this one. Okay. So I provided a name, like, just I would like to pass this as an input. When I click on submit button, so it will hit to the breakpoint. So here all your selections will be displayed here. Okay. Name and
Okay.
what are the interesting subjects that we have. All these are displayed here itself.
Okay.
Okay, so far you are clear, right?
Yeah, I'm a little confused about this line. I think I missed it. The programming is equal to.
Yeah,
Can you
yeah,
go to the code?
yeah. That I understood. Okay,
Yeah.
the thing is first you want to know what are the checkboxes that are checked itself.
Check. Right.
In
Right.
order to know the checkbox checked state, we have one property called, that is nothing but checked property,
Right.
right? If it is
Yeah.
true, then
This is
automatically.
all clear. Yeah. All this over here is clear.
Okay. So next is,
This code.
so
This
yeah,
code. Yeah.
this one, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
No. This
So
this code. If you can explain to me.
this only, right? What are the lines that I highlighted? No, or
Uh,
entire code.
Entire code.
Yeah.
In like
That's what I'm telling.
little bit.
That's what I'm telling.
Oh,
So
okay.
in order to know the checkbox, checked state of the checkbox, we have a checked property. First, I'm using
Right.
what is the name of ID of this control? chk sharp dot checked equal to true. If it is true, so I would like to capture all this information in one variable. Why? Because I have multiple values, right? C sharp, VB, ASP, MVC. That is the reason where I'm taking a variable itself. So in
Right.
programming, what are the value for the programming that I'm going to add? Because when I'm come to VB, my previous value should also require. So that's what I'm using, programming equal to programming plus. Means previous value always I should carry till the end of my checkboxes. So that's the reason every time I'm using programming equal to programming plus, programming equal to programming plus. Okay. So if I
Right.
selected checkbox, C sharp, then I want to capture that what are the text associated with particular checkbox. So that's the reason where I checked like chk C sharp dot text. Okay,
Okay. Okay.
I have a multiple checkboxes. In order to,
Okay.
like, differentiated each and every text, I used comma as a separator. Okay,
Okay.
C sharp comma VB comma ASP.NET comma ASP.NET MVC. Like that we got some information. So everything is splitted
Okay.
with comma.
Got it.
Okay, suppose if you won't write this line, we'll see how was the output looks like. At last we will get a comma as an output. Here you'll understand there is no comma, but when I selected here C sharp VB ASP.NET, here you got some comma, right? Suppose
Right.
if I deselect this one, even though you have a comma, if I deselect one, only you have C sharp and VB. Even though you're, if I deselect C sharp .NET, even you have a comma. So in order to
Right.
eliminate this comma, we required this line. What
Okay.
what does this line means is, so generally we want to calculate the length of this one. So length, say for example, this length is 10. If you want to
Mm-hmm.
take 0 comma 9 means that is that is enough for us, because 10th character we don't want. 10th character is nothing but here comma itself, separate here itself. So that's the
Right.
reason where I'm using 0 comma programming dot length minus 1. Whatever the length we have, we are excluding minus 1, means nothing but we are
Okay.
excluding last character. So we have a
Okay.
substring function programming dot substring of 0 comma length minus 1. So that always our comma will be excluded, and we can do our programming however it is required. So that is displayed for us.
Okay.
So far you are clear, right?
Yeah, it's clear.
So like this, if I submit, so I won't get comma, even though if I remove and if I submit, no comma, nothing. Now I want to apply a code for clear button. Okay, let us see how clear button will be there. This is my clear button. So as you know, for text box name, just we're using text equal to double quotes. Okay, and for label, so label message is there, no? So that for that label also we have to clear text itself. Okay, for checkboxes, here in our program all checkboxes are selected or on whatever the things is there now. If it is selected, we are going to uncheck that one. Okay, how we are going to uncheck means check dot checked equal to, if we give false, automatically that will be unchecked. Okay, try to apply for all the checkboxes. Chk vb dot checked equal to chk asp dot checked equal to chk mvc dot checked equal to false. So likewise, we are going to uncheck all the checkboxes information if they are in a checked mode. One is when I click on this clear button, everything got cleared. Okay, this is the functionality of clear button. Now I already told you, no, we have to discuss event. What is a checker changed event? When checker changed event fires, whenever we are going to change the state of a particular checkbox, then only checker changed event will fire. Okay, now let us see that in a practical implementation. Go to your design view, go to your events. So when you click on this, you will get events. When you right click and when you click on properties, then you will get only properties. So this is nothing but events. If you want to fire an event for a particular control, just double click on that event. Automatically you will get some code. So it is associated with your ID name and then your event name. CHK C sharp checker changed event. So here I want to know response dot write. Okay, just here I want to prompt an alert. So event files. I want to know. So what was going on with this checker changed? Here what is going on
Okay.
means here that event files. Whenever we are going to change the state of a particular checkbox, automatically that event will fires. What was the state of this checkbox now? Checker state is false, right? If
Right.
exit means automatically I'm going to change my checker state, right? So
Right.
so this event has to fire, right? But it is not firing here. So here we have one more property that we have to set. Go to properties. This just to true. Causes event validation. Oh, sorry. We have one property that is nothing but auto post back. Okay, I'll explain what is auto post back. Just you can remember, you have to set auto post back to true. Whenever we are going to execute our web form, if you want to change the state, automatically I got an information that event files. When I uncheck this, means nothing but I am changing the state. When I am checking this, nothing but automatically my change will be stated. See, always whenever you are going to check your checkbox, then automatically your event will fires. Okay, so any event that is associated with your ASP.NET, that will be fired with the help of auto postback. Okay, we'll discuss what is auto postback. That is also one of the most important property. Auto postback. Did you understand what is the use of checker changed event?
Yeah.
Okay. This property is used automatically post back to the server when the control is clicked. What does it mean is, so generally whenever we are using this auto post back property true, then only our request will be submitted to the server. If not, if it is false means even though we are using that event, that request won't submitted to the server. Automatically it will post back when you make it to true. Okay, this is one of the important property for all ASP.NET controls. Even though you written a code in your event, it won't fires until unless you set the auto post back property to true. This property is used to set our our information, pass our information to the server, so that server will understand that something is going on from our client side, and it will hit to the server, and server provides some response. Okay, then only our our code will be executed. Event code will be executed. That is the use of auto postback. It automatically pushes our code to the server when the control is kicked. Okay, these are the uses, these are the different types of properties, and as well as different types of events associated with the checkbox. Am I clear?
Yeah.
Okay, now we'll see about radio button. So before going to that, we'll see checkbox list. This is also one of the control. Okay,
Okay.
most of the properties are same. This is used to represent set of checkboxes under the same name instance. Same name instance. See, here we are dealing individually with checkboxes. Checkbox 1, checkbox 2, checkbox 3, checkbox 4. But whereas in checkbox list, all checkboxes are under one checkbox name. There we have a provision to add multiple number of checkboxes. Like how array will be declared. In that array we have multiple number of values, right? Every array will be identified with the help of array index. Yeah, say for example my array name is a of 0, a of 1, a of 2, a of 3, like that. We are going to capture an information with the help of index of a particular array. As similarly here also, checkbox list accommodates multiple checkboxes into it, and where each and every checkbox will be identified with the help of an index internally, whatever the name that we provided for a particular checkbox. Okay, let me show you like how checkbox list will be there and how we are going to work practically. So for this I am going to take a new form. So just I'm going to give a name it as CB list. So just I want to take one table which consists of 4 rows and 2 columns. Here also just I'm giving enter name. So without label also we can give just name like this. Choose interesting topics. Just here I want to take text box. Here I want to take checkbox list. This is our checkbox list. Okay. Here you can add data, like click on add and you can add whatever the data that it is required. So before going to that, just I would like to take different things. I want to take label here. So and as well as I want to take few buttons. So this is my submit button. BTN clear. And this is my clear button. I'm changing my text. Here also this is my label. I'm going to change that ID LBL message, and I'm going to remove my text. Okay, now I'm going to change my text box name, sorry, ID txt name. Now I'm going to deal with you know my checkbox. Okay, so most of the properties are common. So what are the properties that are different with checkbox? Those properties I'm going to discuss here. Okay, you can understand. See, id text causes validation check, css class enable state font, for color, height, tab index, text length, tooltip, visible, auto post work are all are common. Okay, from 1 to 14 all these properties are common. Okay, apart from this, what are the properties that are there here? Those things I'm going to discuss here. Okay, first is items. This is one of the most important properties that we have to discuss under checkbox, like list. So generally, if you are dealing with multiple checkboxes, So every checkbox is associated one by one for our parent checkbox. So generally these will be added in the form of a collections. Items dot add. Generally we are going to add some data in array list, right? How we are going to add a dot add something. So as well as in
Okay.
hash tables also we add dot add something. Here we are going to add items dot add. Okay, your item is nothing but your collection. Okay, in which how many number of lists that you want, that information you are going to display here. Okay, it is in collection. It indicates it indicates the collection of items in the list. It indicates collection of the items in the list. So manually we can add, or else through programmatically also we can add the elements. Next is repeat direction.
So the items you can specify in the collection. You're gonna
Yeah,
show how
yeah,
to
yeah,
do
yeah,
that.
yeah, yeah. Once we're done with this
Okay.
properties information, I'll show.
Oh, okay.
Repeat direction. So generally, we have to specify the direction in which items are aligned. Means either horizontal direction or vertical direction. How our items is going to be displayed, that we have to display in repeat
अरे
direction.
वो बाहर निकाल के दे.
That is, here we have two types of directions. One is vertical and other is horizontal. Okay, and other is we can associate this information with the help of a data member. Means suppose if you have a database, from database also we can bind our data with the help of a data member. So we have to provide the data member ID. This is a data member. Okay, so we have to provide the table or view, means table name or view name used for binding the checkbox list. So the table name or view name we have to provide. So whatever the name that is going to bind the data. Next is data source ID. That here also if we are dealing with the database, then we can bind the data with the help of data source ID. Okay, these are the most important properties. Apart from this, events is a same, selected index changed event. There we have a checked changed event. Here we have a selected changed event. This event is also as similar to checked changed event for our checkbox. Selected index change. This event fires when the selected index has been changed. Let us see how we are going to add items. So just go to F4, go to the properties where you have a collections, right? Click on that collection. You will get one pop-up. Click on add. Okay, whatever the text that you want, the text you have to display here. Okay, so I have important concepts. I sound basics. This is also one of the content. So you'll give value. If you want to change your value also, you can change. Okay, and you can click on and next is oops, add, and next is you know arrays, next is collections, delegates, exception, only. Like you can add how many elements that you want. If it is enough for you, just click on OK. Automatically your elements will be displayed like this. Okay, your alignment, I already told you, know, you have an alignment. Your alignment is in vertical direction. If you want to make it in a
Okay.
horizontal, so in this way it will be available for you. And this is a layout, like table layout, and it's a flow layout. So this is an unordered layout. This is an ordered list. Okay, this unordered and ordered list are whenever we are binding a data from the database, then only it will helpful. If it is a table, means it will be visible very clearly for us. Okay, so now
Okay.
this is the thing that how we are going to bind a data with the help of a checkbox list. Now we can see how we are going to work out with the programming. Okay,
Okay.
so I'm going to click on submit button. Here also I would like to take variable concepts. So here we have a checkbox list, right? So here I want to check for int I equal to 0, I less than or equal to ch. What was the name of the checkbox list? Did we give any name? Name in the sense ID. We didn't give.
Checkbox
chk
one. No, we didn't give.
chk box. I give this name like this, chk box.
Chal.
chk box dot. We want to know how many number of items are there. So items dot count. Okay, count -1 because it is an array. It is always starts with 0. Okay, just now I am going to check one. If chk box of I dot checked, concepts concepts items of I dot text plus comma. Here we have it selected. Okay, selected equal to true. Then automatically we are going to get the particular text which are associated with that particular checkbox list that we are using. Okay, likewise it is going to be repeated the data, so up to count -1. Now concepts equal to, so concepts dot substring of 0 comma concepts dot length -1. So because in order to eliminate a comma at last, we are going to use this one. Simple. LBL message dot text equal to name is, so just we are going to display the name dot text plus I want to display this in second line, so that I would like to give the break. So next interesting concepts, or just I want to display what are the concepts that are interesting, just concepts. Now I want to execute this form. So just I want to give a name like basics, oops, arrays, collections, delegates, exception handling. Just I'm going to click on this one. So all the concepts that whatever we selected, suppose if I'm removing this one, so you'll get up to delegates only. Suppose if I remove this basics, so your basics will be eliminated. Like this we are going to display with the help of checkbox list. Got it? Hello?
I'm here. Hello.
Yes, yes. You got
Yeah.
it? You got this program?
Yeah, I got it. Yeah.
So in order to remove, like in order to unselect these things, so we
Mm-hmm.
have a different thing, like a txt name dot text. So here txt name dot text dot, we have one method. Clear, we have one method. LBL message dot text equal double quotes. So if you want to uncheck all the text boxes, sorry, all the check boxes, then we have to write a code like this. So just repeat the for loop, okay? Repeat the for loop, and we can make use of chk box dot items of I dot selected equal to false. Then automatically all checkboxes is going to be unselected whenever we are going to execute this one. Just I am running this one. If I click on clear, automatically everything will be unselected. Okay. In this way, we can make use of checkbox list and checkboxes. Okay. Now I want to fire an event for this checkbox. Okay. What are the events that we have selected? Index changed event. Okay. I want to fire this event. Double click on this. You will get this event. Okay. Just I want to prompt an alert. This event files. In order to fire an event, one more property that is required for us. What is that property? Auto post back property, that we have to set it to true. So now whenever I'm going to change the checked state of a particular checkbox, then automatically see my event will fire. Every time my event will fire. If I'm checking also, my event will fire. So this is the use of selected index changed event for my checkbox list. Okay, this is about your checkbox and checkbox list. Any queries on this? Hello?
Yeah.
Any queries on this?
This is clear.
Okay. Okay.